Are you feeling annoyed? Is someone in your life bothering you? Well, in this video, I want to talk about how you can be unbothered and stay high vibe and lift your spirits. If you're interested on how to learn how to get your vibes way high, then please keep watching. So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And like I said in this video, I want to talk about how to get your vibrations high, lift your spirits, and be unbothered. Well, I don't know about being unbothered. That's a hard one. If you do not know who I am, my name is Amber Turner, and I am the author of You Choose Your Outfit, with outfit being the metaphor for your reality and or experience. I'm also the CEO of the Censored Apparel brand, and we believe in being bold, being loud, and being confident. And in this video, I want to talk about, let's just say if you're bothered, if you're annoyed, if you're having a bad day, how you can lift your spirits and become high vibe. So I have to be honest with you. I'm not in the best mood, and I probably should be taking my own advice in this video, but this is, my life oftentimes inspires my videos that I do because, hey, sometimes it's therapeutic for me too. But in this video, I want to talk about how to lift your vibrations and get into a better state of being when you are encountering someone or something that is bothering you. But before we get into the tips, I also wrote the book, which is so funny, but I wrote a book called The Art of Being Unbothered. And I'll leave a link below for that if you want to check it out. But in that book, I talk about how to set up boundaries and how it's important and how it's going to help you in your manifestations. And hey, we're all human. We all go through things, and sometimes we just have our days. But when we have days where things just come up, or something or someone just, it is what it is. How can we lift our spirits? Because the thing about being in a low vibe and letting things bother you is that it does mess with your goals and your manifestations. And so it's important to stay in a high vibe and to be in good spirits. Now, with that being said, I have to say this. One of the things that I see a lot, especially when it comes to manifestations, the law of attraction, all of those things, is that you're almost supposed to be like not a human being. You're not supposed to things never bother you and stuff like that, which is the goal. Like we want to get to a point of enlightenment where things don't bother us, because we know that there's a bigger picture here, right? There is a bigger picture. And I actually have that written on my mirror, because sometimes in life we do get in the weeds. We let little things bother us when in the grand scheme of things it really doesn't matter. But there is a big picture that we have to understand. But I know for many of us many of us that have responsibilities and obligations and things like that, it's hard not to let things bother you. And so that's what I want to talk about in this video, is when you have those days when something or someone bothers you, how can we get back on track and stay high vibe? So the first point that I want to make in this video is breath work. And this has helped me tremendously, because there's something about taking deep breaths, and I don't know the science behind it, but there's something behind it that help you stay calm. It calms your nerves, and it's very, very important, because especially when we're, becoming anxious or letting things bother us, our breath gets shorter. We need to take long, deep breaths to get back to a positive, a more stable mindset. And I know, especially when it comes to anger, they oftentimes suggest, counting, taking long breaths, and it really does work. And I know I had to do that today, but it really does work. And so taking long breaths and just being present in the moment is so important. So another point that I want to make in this video is a gratitude journal. I just have a book that I write in where I do affirmations I journal, I script, I do all of those things. So if you have something like that, that would be great. So something where even a piece of paper works, okay? Something where you can just write down, or even if you just don't have anything to write down or write anything in, you can always just think about the things that you're grateful for. I know today, someone that I have a very strong attachment to, I'm not gonna lie, I have a strong attachment to, really, you know, it bothers me. It bothers me. And I was sitting there in my bothersomeness. And I was like, just like letting it, I was simmering in it. I was like bathing in this soup of bothersomeness. And my son walked in and asked me a question. And it like snapped me out of it like instantly, because I'm so grateful for my kids. Like that's something that I'm extremely, extremely grateful for. So when I was like simmering in this, like, I'm just annoyed, I'm just bothered, and I saw my son, that snapped me out of it like instantaneously. And so when you can think of things that you're grateful for, and these things that don't really matter, you know, at the end of the day, it just makes, it can snap you out of it like in an instant. So being grateful and having a gratitude journal, writing down things that you're grateful for, your health. You know, sometimes I'm just so grateful that I can walk. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like you gotta be, I'm grateful that I have electricity in a house even though it doesn't have central air. Oh my God. But I'm still grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful that my kids are well and they're here with me, and just things like that. And it will snap you out of those annoyances, those bothersomeness soups in an instant. And so for my final point that I want to make in this video, and this one, my friends, is important. Okay, this one is important. You got to do some blocking. You got to do some blocking. Now, I see this with a lot of people, and I see this with friends, family, and they're always like, I hate getting on Facebook because this person's talking about this and this person is talking about this. But you have to understand, you control what you see on there. It's not like Facebook is feeding this to you. You chose to be friends with that person that is sharing that stuff that is bothering you, that you're seeing. Okay? And so even with Instagram, people are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. They always posting this and this and that. And I'm going to comment because I'm bothered by it. You do realize that you control who you follow. You control who your friends are. And even with like messaging people, I know for me today, I had to do some blocking. And I mean, it's usually temporary, just for me to have my space, because I know if I allow myself to get in a space of going back and forth, that it doesn't serve anyone. It doesn't serve the other person. It doesn't serve me. And so I might need to say what I have to say and block. I might need to say what I need to say, and I said what I said, and then block. But you have to understand that if that's what you need to calm down and not be engaged, and it's what you need to do to disengage from that, then that's what you have to do. And people are a lot of times, like I said, bothered by social media posts and people arguing back on Facebook and, you know, arguing on Facebook posts and things. But the thing is, you control who your friends are, you control who you follow. And so you have to think about, it's not no one else's issue but yours if you are following people that bother you, that trigger you. That's not their issue, that's your issue. And so doing some blocking, doing some cleanup, and allowing yourself space if you need it. And I know, like, especially like if it's not on social media, if it's just like a text or something like that, if you have to block people and give you the space that you need to gather your thoughts, because sometimes we just go off without thinking, just saying. I don't know if you do it, but I do it. I'm just saying. Sometimes we need that space to really think. That's important, you know. There's this saying that someone says, pray before you speak. It's like, you know, instead of think before you speak, I think that's, yeah, think before you speak, it's pray before you speak. And sometimes you need it. You need some prayer. You need to pray before you speak, or pray before you text in this case. And that's really going to give you the time and space that you need, honestly, to keep your vibrations where they need to be. Keep your spirits high. Don't put yourself in situations where you are continually annoyed and bothered. You know, that's like, we shouldn't do those things. And so, yeah. So I just wanted to share those points because, like I said, I was contending with that kind of stuff today, and I know it's important to really stay in a peaceful state of mind. Here's the thing. One of my, I was working with this lady on a project before, and one of the things that she said to me that resonated so deeply, I felt this in my soul, okay? She said, I'm at a point in my life where I protect my peace. And I was like, whoa, that is G. But it's important that we do that. We need to protect our peace because, like I said, when it comes to your manifestations, your goals, the things you want to see out of life, that kind of stuff, being in a bothered state of mind, will block your manifestations, will block you from achieving your goals. And we don't want that. We want to be deliberate in selecting the reality, the outfit we want for our lives. Okay? That other petty stuff, not worth it. It's not worth it. You gotta remember the big picture. There's a big picture here. All that other stuff is just not worth it. So anyways, you guys, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I'll do videos on business, life, and everything in between. And that's all, and I will check you guys in the next video. Peace.